Hey everybody, it's Shane. I'm back for one last flight before I head on vacation. I'm heading out to London tomorrow, but I really wanted to get one more flight in before I did. And I've been flying the Felis 747-200F for the last week, and it's been a lot of fun, but that plane is a lot of work. So I thought I'd treat myself to something a little bit smoother tonight. This 777 is so automated, it really makes you appreciate that automation when you fly something that isn't. So let's get on with it. Let's get this thing going. I'm going to run the checklist tonight from scratch because it's been a while since I've flown the aircraft. So, battery on. Oh yeah, let's get these lights off. Okay, external power. Okay, cabin utility. Parking brake is released. Indicator lights. The test. Okay. And I'll leave those on dim. ADRU, emergency lights, window heat. Seatbelt signs. Nav lights. Logo lights. Bling lights leave off. Flight deck lighting. Alright. Use the master brightness. Basically does everything for you perfectly. Cool. Master brightness is on. EFIS. Subpilot, co-pilot. Wait, hold on. What am I doing here? There we go. Alright, EFIS panel, data position, plan, 80. This guy, data position, minimal. Hey, order the EFB, CPDLC. We are going to be GTI 7640 tonight. Like, capitalize that. Okay. And connect. And then Navigraph, we're going to go ahead and get data for SimBrief. There's our flight. And now we'll go ahead and do some weight and balance stuff. Weight and balance, fill from SimBrief. Okay. That look right. No, it does not look right. Huh. Material fuel weight. That does check. No, this isn't right. These numbers don't look right at all. That's only 100. That's way less freight than what we have scheduled here. All right, that's better. Go for that. There we go. 557. Now that matches. So now let's go over to weight summary. Yeah, that's better. Let's go to CG summary and redo this here. There we go. I like that. Okay, and then we'll go over loading page and do simultaneous full load. Way better. Okay. Now we'll set up the FMC. I'm gonna do it from scratch tonight. So we're flying from JFK to CVG. Hopefully I put that on my stream name. Yeah, let me fix that. JFK to Cincinnati. Should be a little less than a 2-hour flight. JFK. Over to CVG. Our flight is Atlas or Giant 7640. Alright, let's go ahead and do the departure. It looks like it's going to be the Kennedy 9 or Kennedy 5 off of 31 left. 31 left. And the arrival is going to be the Gavin 8 with the Collins transition, looking at the ILS 18 center. Let's see what kind of approaches we got here. You know what? How's the weather here? Can we do an RNAV approach? Oh yeah, we'll do an RNAV approach. That'll save us some time. Let's do the RNAV Zulu 18. There we go. So let's go back to see if I can delete this. RNAV 18 Center Zulu. And the transition is going to be Nix Hall. Good. Now we can do the route in between. The JFK 5. Oh, I didn't get that right. Alright, so let's take that out. And we'll delete this. We're going to go direct to Robbinsville, RBV. RBV. And then from there, we're going to go onto the Q430. Q430. And from the Q430, we're going to go over to SAME. SAAME. And then over to the J6 airway. And then over to Collins. So I can just move that to right there. Uh-oh. Nope. COLNS. Okay. Let's try this again. From SAME, we'll go to J6. And then to Collins. And I can delete this. And valid delete. Oh boy, I really messed this up. COLNS. So what is this AT thing? No, this is not right. J6 Collins, that should not be in there. Invalid entry. Invalid delete. Well, that's not going to work for me. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. Let's go to the lakes page and we'll fix it there. I don't want to mess with this all night. Hyper MRB. Alright, so we're going to take out this 80 right here. There we go. And take that out, move it to there. Okay, now that fixes that. And now we have a nice continuous flight plan. So now the route's good. I don't know what I did there, but I messed it up. Okay, pressing on. Gross weight. Let's put in a zero fuel weight, which is 506.7. 506.7. Okay, route reserves for this flight is going to be 16.5. Cruise altitude will be 280. Godly. It's probably due to wind. Cost index 162. Man, that is some really crappy wind. That's some really crappy altitude to cruise at. I don't know why that is. Level 300, level 340. Yeah, the higher you go, the windier it gets. The headwinds are substantially higher doing that. Okay, so at 320. Yeah, this is why we're flying so low. The higher we go, the higher the headwinds. So this is the most economical for us to be at flight level 280 just because of the wind. Alright, that makes sense. That's why we check it, right? Alright, let's take a look at our flight data here. Alright, so TO2 46 flaps 5. TO2 46 flaps 5. CG is 26. V1 will be 153. V2 155. Oh, correction, rotate 155. V2 158. I'll take 160. Okay, there we go. The flight plan and the FMC are checked and set. Cool, IFR clearance. IFR clearance, no clearance, but we got a squawk code of 7156. 7156. Set. Radios. Okay, let me get the CTAF for JFK because there's nobody here. CTAF KJFK 119.1. Okay, 19.1 is set. Okay, fuel quantity 51,000 pounds is set. Flight directors on left and right. Auto throttles armed. MCP airspeed set for V2, which is 160. Okay, heading. Grab the heading from the departure chart. Oh, there's no departure chart, so we'll just fly runway heading here. 31 left is going to be 314. And altitude, I'm going to go ahead and set it up to 280.
Ah,
Okay, altimeters. Okay, current weather at JFK. Wind 240 at 10, 4 miles visibility. Temperature 1, altimeter 3008. And 3008 on the standby. Set. Auto brakes. RTO. Wixer panel. Let's see, Wixer T, auto. A little bit of gain. Lower MFD. On stat. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put the gain back to Cal. Okay. APU. Start. Gen's on. Departure briefing. Alright, crew. Currently at the North Cargo Complex here at... Is that an engine?
traffic,
What is that?
Endeavor 1423 is lining up, runway 31.
Currently over here at North Cargo. We're going to taxi down Sierra. And we'll take Bravo all the way down. And I'll take Bravo and we'll do a intersection departure at Kilo Echo. Actually, no. Let's revise this. We're gonna take Alpha and do full length departure. Let's not mess around with this. We'll do full length. So we'll get on Alpha, transition on the Juliet, and we'll take Zulu full length. We're gonna fly runway heading to about 400 feet. Then we'll go heading select or direct to. Actually, we'll go direct to Robbinsville and then on course. All right, departure briefing is performed. Before start, pushback checklist. Doors and windows. Close them up. Okay, marine cargo, external power is off. Hydraulics, fuel, restrict fans, packs, trim air, bleed air isolation valves, and the bleed valves are on.
Kennedy traffic, England 233 ahead, V taxiing runway 1 tree, approximately tree 1 left, via Bravo Juliet, Kennedy.
Alright, and center MFD is on engine. Parking brake. Set. We'll chocks an age. Pulling it now. Beacon light. On. 8 cars. I'll call the tug.
Down the cockpit. Tow is driving up.
3 is taking off. Runway 31 left. Kennedy traffic.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
There we go. You're clear to connect.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go. Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Kennedy traffic, good evening. Giant 7640, push and start at the cargo area onto taxiway Sierra, tail facing north. Alright crew, I think we're ready to go.
Kennedy traffic, being on 233, crossing runway 22 right at Juliet Kennedy.
Let me kill these lights back here. Airplane. Let's see. Cabin controls. Lighting. Off. Okay. Let's do it. Parking brake released.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Okay. Let's start the number one engine. Okay. Rotation on 1. Fuel on 1. Interesting. Oh, that's why. There we go. Might help if I use the right switch, right? Fuel flow, EGT.
Traffic on 233 is clear of runway 22 right, and we'll hold it short of 31 left, just a minute, Kennedy.
Okay, we got a good start on left engine, starting right engine. Okay, rotation on right engines, fuel on. Fuel flow, EGT. Okay, good starts. At start checklist, anti-stop required, APU off, and standing by for ground single. Okay, text checklist, flaps of takeoff, flaps 5. Step trim, 5.5, I'm gonna go with
complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
6.75, parking brake, set.
Disconnecting tow, stand by.
Okay, takeoff data V1 153, rotate 155, V2 160, and that's on the PFD. Takeoff thrust setting is 85.2 and 1. Transponder TARA. Taxi light, runway turn off. Lower MFD, let's do flight controls and we'll check them now. Ailerons left, ailerons right. Elevator up, elevator down, rudder left, rudder right. Light controls are checked.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have fun up there.
JFK traffic, Giant 7640 heavy, taxi to runway 31 left via Sierra, Alpha, Juliet, and we will cross 22 right at Juliet. JFK. Alright, let's do it, guys. And also steering, left, right, brakes, checked. Okay, taxi checklist is complete.
Kennedy traffic 233 is clear of runway 31 left. Climb to 1,500 for final altitude. JFK.
Okay, so this is Bravo here. The next one should be Alpha. Alright, Alpha is going to be this right turn right up here.
JFK traffic, Qantas 750, cargo, taxi 22 right via Bravo, Colvin crossing 31 right. JFK traffic.
Kennedy traffic 33 heavy is going direct to Banner. Final call.
I can't understand a word you're saying. That guy's background noise is out of control.
JFK traffic, American 2819, taxi runway 31 left via Alpha. Hold short 31 left at Kilo for America for JFK traffic.
Oh well, I think we're gonna drive over a bridge here, guys. Hold on tight. Maybe I should get the Nimbus JFK scenery, right? Okay, Alpha's gonna be this left turn right here. Alright, let's start running this before takeoff checklist. Lower MFD. Off. Recall. Is checked. VNAV. Heading select.
Ascot 1708, pushing back from stand 28. Kennedy traffic. You can go.
Approaching runway.
JFK traffic, American 2819, runway 31 left, clear for takeoff.
Approaching 3-1 left.
JFK traffic, Qantas 7550, crossing 31 right on Echo. JFK traffic.
On runway 31 left.
JFK traffic, Qantas cargo 7550, line up in the part in 22 right. Qantas, it looks like there's a plane landing above you. Miller, check.
JFK traffic, American 2819 right turn heading 320. JFK traffic, American 2819, 330 on heading JFK traffic.
Ascot 1708, crossing runway 31 right, Kennedy traffic. right, taking off runway 22 right, Kennedy traffic.
That was kind of weird. I had a climb speed that was higher than my I think my mic was muted this whole time. Sorry guys. My climb speed was higher than my max airspeed. I would have been in the barber pole if I'd gone to 339. It's kind of weird that they'd give me that. Okay. 17,000 for 280. Alright, altimeter standard. Cross check at flight level 190. Yeah, altimeter's cross check. After takeoff checklist complete. Okay, we're already taking on that headwind there. Hey, 1,000 to go. Oh, no. That's not 1,000 to go. We're there. Alright, crew, leveled off. Let's go ahead and switch back over to, what? 0.776 Mach? That is not going to work for me. No. Let's... We need to go a bit faster than that. It's going to be 0.84 Mach for me, because I want to get there. That cruise speed doesn't sound right at all. Is that what the flight plan calls for? 0.82. Nah, we're going to do 0.84. Get there a little bit faster. We should have enough push them up fuel for that. Alright guys, we're cruising. Man, I gotta say, flying the 777 is so much easier than flying that 747. That thing is so much work. You really take all this automation for granted till you don't have it. Then it makes a big difference. So, looks like we'll be arriving at Cincinnati at 7:01, so an hour and 9 minutes. Turbulence here. Okay, everything looks good back there. That's quite a flight so far. Although I gotta say, the aircraft felt very over controlled during the takeoff. Like, elevator was very touchy. I don't remember being like this. I don't know. About 3 updates ago, maybe 4 updates ago, they changed the handling on this 777, and it made it feel really light, and I think it's too much. I'm kind of thinking about going into the flight model and doing some edits, maybe taking a little bit of elevator and roll authority out of the aircraft, because it's just too soft. It feels too light. And I'm putting in the amount of control that I think it needs, and it's way too much. Maybe it's because I've been flying the 747, which needs quite a bit more, control movement to make it fly. But this seems like it's too much. So I might go in and see if I can fix that to make it better, because it's too touchy right now. A little bumpy in here. No, bless me. And this turbulence is getting a little annoying. Alright, looks like we're turning into the wind a bit more here. So we're approaching the Collins intersection here, and it's interesting because this arrival starts way far out. Like, I don't even know why. It's like halfway in between where we left from and where we're going into, but you'll notice here it says not to scale, right? But we're actually, the Collins on the chart here is actually way over here. So again, I'm not quite sure why this arrival starts so far out, but be that as it may, we're about to enter the arrival here. But I'm not really going to brief it until we get closer to the top of descent. And the top of descent should be... It's so far out, it's not even populating yet, so... Yeah, probably at least another 100 miles away. Alright, what do we got here? Top of descent, 126 miles. About 18 minutes away. And a bumpy ride tonight. Alright. I'm gonna slow it down to the turbulence penetration speed, 0.82 Mach. It's really bumpy right now. Let's slow it down a little bit. I'm trying to slow it down. I think we're getting a little burst of headwind over here. There we go. Wow, look at those variations. Wow. That's why you pulled the speed back to 0.82 Mach, because there's some pretty violent speed changes with this turbulence. Hey, what's up, man? I'm just battling some turbulence here tonight on the way to Cincinnati. Trying to get one more flight in before I go on vacation. It's been a minute. Oh, yeah, your script. I can't wait to try that out. I obviously didn't make it tonight, but that's okay. But I really want to try it when I get back. So I'll be back in a week, next Thursday. So if you have it ready, then I'll definitely give it a shot on stream here. And we can all take a look. Darren's scripts for the Felis have been really, really good. The lights, and then the thrust reverse levers working, you know, in the same direction on the Bravo is really, really great. I'm hoping they can be adapted to other aircraft like the MD-11, because that thing, you have to toggle it like I was complaining about. I just want them to when I lift the levers up, I want them to be in idle. When I put them down, I want them to go back into normal. And this turbulence sucks. Come on, man. Hey, is your mom going to be the voice actress again? I hope so. She's great. Alright guys, let's go over some landing data here. Let's see, our current gross weight is... Oh, sorry, I get a drink. Is 534,000 pounds. Flight plan is suggesting a landing weight of 527. So we'll go with that number for now. So, landing performance on 1/8 center. Auto brakes 1, approach speed 148. Okay. It says landing, so that's 11,000 feet of landing distance available. Factored landing distance is 10,500 feet with the stop margin of 438. This is actually okay, because landing at Cincinnati on 1/8 right, that'll take us all the way down to the end, which puts us closer to basically where we need to be, which is down over here. So that works for me. Alright, so that our approach speed is 148, then that means our VREF will be 143. Auto brakes 1. Landing data, auto brakes 1. Set. Pumps suck. I'm at a weird altitude right now. I don't really want to descend because we got top of descent coming up. I mean, I don't want to climb because we got top of descent coming up, and if I descend now, it's gonna mess up my descent profile. So I'm just gonna power through this crap. We've already slowed down the turbulence penetration speed, so we'll just have to ride it out. But man, this is annoying. Alright, I'm gonna go over the arrival. We've been on it for some time. This is the Gavin 8. We've been on it since Collins, quite a ways away. We need to cross J-Biz at or above 240. Gavin between 12 and 17. U-Days above 9. And Jotar between 9 and 12 and 250 knots. At Quito, at above 8 and 210 knots, so we're going to transition onto the RNAV Zulu runway 18 center. We'll start this off at 210 knots, 6,000 feet. Dropping it down to 5,300 here, 4,000 here, 3,500 here, and 2,500 here at Wutu. That's our final approach fix, and we'll fly a 3-degree glide path down to the runway threshold. The touchdown zone elevation is 875 feet. RVR is 2,400 feet with a decision altitude of 1190 baro. MSA is 3,000 feet, and the fist approach is climbing 3,000 direct GTAV on track 181 to Zerk and hold. Alright, decision altitude 1190 baro. Okay, that's set. Seatbelt signs are on. There has to be a way to do it. Why would they not put in data refs? That doesn't make any sense. I don't know what their code is, but it would have been nice to have had like an automated first officer reading off all the speeds, right? I don't know why they're making it so hard to do it like this. Alright. Here's the weather. Arrival ATIS Alpha. Wind 2007, 10 miles visibility, broken at 3,100 feet. Temperature 13. Altimeter 29081. Oh my god, this turbulence sucks. Get me out of here, man. I feel like we're in some pretty gnarly weather here. Why is the Wixer not picking it up? Oh, that's why. Because the game. Well, gee, it would have been nice to know that before. It still doesn't explain what I'm in right now. I think we're gonna have to just kind of drive through this and okay, reset MCP altitude. I'll set it to 240 for now. Alright, altitude down to 10,000. Okay, top of descent. Idle, VNAV speed. Alright, heading down. Switch over to manage speed here. VNAV path. Oh, you want to know how to fuel dump on a 777, huh? Okay. Well, first of all, your fuel jettison is going to be here. So what you would do is you would arm it, and then this is where you pull on, and then you set here where how much fuel you want to dump, right? So if I wanted to dump it down to, let's say, 10,000 pounds, I would decrease it, and you'll see how the amount goes down. So you set your how much fuel you want to dump here, right? And then all you do is you would press these two switches here, left and right nozzle, and the aircraft would start automatically dumping fuel down to the amount of fuel that you set here, and they will shut off automatically at that point. Let me see how much fuel I got left to land with. Let's dump at 1,200 pounds. So I'll set this back up to, we'll dump to 23. Okay. So now we go. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm gonna hit left. These are guarded switches, so you lift up the guards and you open the left and right nozzle. Now watch on the fuel. We are now jettisoning fuel out of these two valves here, and you'll see our quantity dropping pretty rapidly here, right? When we get to that commanded requested fuel level, you'll see that these valves start to close. There you go, see? Fuel auto jettison. And there it is. Fuel pumps, the jettison valves, these were shut off here. So now I'll come up here and turn these off and disarm this system. And we're good to go. So that's how you dump fuel in a 777. Hope that helped. I haven't done that in a while. That's pretty cool. I'll just have to, I'm sure, Atlas Air is going to be asking me where 1,000 pounds of fuel went. Like, wait a minute. Why did you dump 1,200 pounds of fuel? It's for science. It's for science. Alright, altimeters. Let's go ahead and set those now. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and... Okay, we're still on speed VNAV path. Alright, good. Oh, wow. Oh, thanks, man. You didn't have to give me anything for that. I'm happy to help. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. You know, a $5 donation is more money than I make in like a week of streaming. So I really appreciate that. That's really awesome. Thank you so much. You continue asking me questions. The rest of them are on the house. You don't have to give me anything else, but thank you very much for that. But I know 777 systems pretty well. And a lot of my streams I go through and I talk about a particular system. The last time I streamed, we went over the hydraulic system and the fuel system. So I know them pretty well. But thanks again. I really appreciate that. That's really awesome. Okay, altimeters are cross-checked. Let me get this guy. 29 or 81. Okay, altimeters are cross-checked. Long taxi. Yeah, I'll do that. I like that. Okay, looks like we're going to make Gavin just fine. Go ahead and tune in a CTAF now. It was 118.3, right? Yep. Okay. Taking a look at the map here. Oh, look at this guy. A DC-8? How does this guy have a DC-8? Oh, no. What is he flying at? He's got a DC-8. UPSVAC 14. Yeah, I gotta know who that guy is. How is he flying in a DC-8? That's gonna make me really jealous because I would love to fly that. Alright, new speed 294. It's to Mike Wilson. Let me get this guy a link. Anyway, yeah. Sorry, got me all excited. There's a guy flying a DC-8 and I want it bad. That would be really cool. I'm gonna DM him for sure. I mean, maybe we can work something out. I mean, if it's not for sale, but he's got it, maybe he can, you know, work something out. Because you know me, I'd gladly pay, but if it's not for sale, I mean, no one's not getting paid, right? We'll see. We'll see if he comes over. We'll talk. Because I would kill for a DC-8. Lucky guy. Nice speed. Hey, real quick, speaking of old planes, this flight tech thing I've been working on with this guy is coming along great. I mean, look at some of the stuff that's been going on, guys. So, some more of the cockpit and the basic model is built. I got to do a lot of work on the engines too, but I got the landing gear on it. Guys working on the cockpit. Look at that. So it's coming along. I've been putting in some work on the flight model on this thing. Oh, I know. Well, you coming in kind of late. Speed, VNAV, altitude. Altitude, let's take it down to 6,000 feet. Idle, VNAV path. Alright, we're on a descent for Cincinnati now. Inside of 10,000 feet. Lights on. Approach checklist complete. Alright. So Cincinnati should be out to basically our 12 o'clock. Apparently it's in the clouds right now. Ground contact's kind of spotty here. There should be a cloud layer at 3,100 feet. That's kind of probably what we're seeing there. Go. Take out the vectors. Yeah, I'm sure we'll see how it goes. I mean, we do have a couple coders on the team right now, but it's still very preliminary. I'm still working on the flight model. I've only done some basic stuff to it. I need to work on building the engines a little better, refining the wing, and working on the front end of the nose. I got some very rudimentary engine tables in there, and I started defining some flight control geometries, but not much else. So I got about a week of work to do on it to make it something good. The modeler's doing a lot though. It's coming along good. Okay, we're basically downwind of 1/8 center. Should be down there somewhere. There's Cincinnati there. 1/8 center is this runway right here in the middle. Alright, altitude. Let's go 2,500. Flaps 1. VNAV path. Cincinnati traffic, Giant 7640 Heavy is on the RNAV, Zulu, runway 18 center approach. Alright, man. Well, I hope you stick around for a decent landing over here. I should be on the ground here in just a couple minutes. Alright, I'm gonna go speed 180, flaps 5. I'm going to keep the speed coming down to 160. A little bit of speed brake here to help out. Flaps 15. Hey, I'm gonna start reducing the final approach speed, 148. Gear down. Flaps 20. Flaps 30. Alright, final approach course 186 set. Autopilot coming off. Alright, before landing checklist, landing gears down. Spoiler handles arm. Auto brakes minimum. Flaps 30. Altimeter cross check, ICAST no alerts, and we're clear to land. Okay, wind 218 and 24. VNAV altitude. Let's approach altitude is set. Auto throttle. Okay, wind 220 at 24. Flight director off. Wind 220 at 22. A little bit of a quartering headwind here.
1,000.
Okay, 1,000, stable. Misapproach altitude set.
1,000. 1,000.
Okay, a little low, correcting.
Terrain.
Yeah,
Up.
continue.
Terrain. Oh, up.
Oh, there we go. Okay, wind 210 at 10.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Oh, hold on. There we go. Okay,
3,000 feet remaining.
manual braking. That was a weird landing. This plane feels really
2,000
over-controlled
feet
right now.
remaining.
I don't know what they've done to it, but since the last time I've flown it, it's way touchier than it used to be. I don't really care for it right now.
1,000 feet remaining.
It just feels way over-controlled.
Approaching 3-6 center.
I'm not approaching it, I just left it. Alright, after landing checklist, spoiler handle, upper track, flaps. Auto brakes. Wixer off, exterior lights. Oh, gotta love that. And clock. Hold. Step trim. Look at that step trim that was in there. Man, this thing needs some love, dude. I'm not loving the way it's flying right now, honestly. There you go. Not my best work tonight, for sure. But something's changed on this aircraft where it's really, really, really touchy. Touchdown was 166 feet per minute. It's all right. Oh man. All right, parking checklist. All right, transponder. Standby. Fuel switches off. Okay. Doors open here. Airplane doors. External power. Wait on that. Yeah, man, it's just really touchy right now. I don't like it. I feel like they've added too much something to it. Yeah. There's like no momentum to the flight controls, and that's not normally how it is. I mean, it wasn't a bad landing, but it just didn't feel good, you know? On speed. A little bit slow here. So power is on. Leads. Isolation valves. Trim air packs. Recirc fans. Fuel pumps. Hydraulics. Alright, what did we miss? Window heat. Hydraulic pumps are off. Beacon lights off. Anti-ice is off. ADIRU is off. Parking brake released. APU off. Oh, strobe lights. Oh. I wasn't actually going to unload it. I just like to push the buttons. It makes me feel good to push buttons, so. But good to know. Anyway, guys, this is it. This is going to be the last flight I'm going to do for at least a week. I got, I'll be on a plane to Chicago, and then I have 45 minutes from the time that I land to get to my international flight from Chicago to London. So I didn't realize that my timing is really short here. So hopefully I don't get delayed. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later.